Hello everyone, JRDO96 here with a brand new reaction. As you could tell by the title, it's Markiplier and Crank Gameplays related, and that is also Unus Annus related. Now, recently on November 13th, on the anniversary of the Unus Annus final stream, and Unus Annus in general, Mark and Ethan posted at midnight their time, which was 3 a.m. my time, a little video set on their channels respectively. I guess my assumption is Mark's video has something to do with Annus, while Ethan's has something to do with Unus. So I wonder what this video is really, what it really is, besides, the casket, because now they have this casket that they bought during the Unus Annus run, and now has become completely, useless right afterwards. It's just like probably sitting in, collecting dust somewhere in like somebody's, garage, either Mark's or Ethan's. Probably Mark's. But I wonder, so we're going to start with, since both videos are both titled the same thing, Memento Mori, I might as well combine both of their videos into this one reaction video. So we're going to start off with the masochistic fuckface known as Markiplier, and I mean that with all due respect. Markiplier and his version, his video, what he's going to do in this video. So let's get right into it. So without further ado, let's react to this video, shall we? Oh, the tick-tock, the clock ticking sound. And I love the cinematography in this. Again, top notch.
Hey man, I guess it's been a year.
It's got a white rose. Well, a white flower, depending on how you want to look at
What
it.
I was gonna say, I was trying to think about whether this year was as involved as last year, and yeah, I was having trouble thinking about it because I did a lot this year, definitely. But
It's the music in the background is
I can't
slowed
say I've done as
down
much. I don't think I'll ever
of
say I did
Turncoat.
as much in a year as we did together. So
I could
I don't know
tell.
if that's a good metric of comparison. And that's not why I'm here. You know. For some reason, in my head, always when I think of Renaissance, is like the cup stacking. I think of like you cryptid style, like with the cups. That was
Huh.
yeah, it was good. I miss it.
I miss it too.
Yeah, I miss it a lot. Um,
The lighting.
yeah, I just miss it. I think it was just about the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, it had to be. A lot of
And just
fun.
hearing how people say how meaningful Renaissance was to them when they saw it, and when they saw it get deleted, and how that like impacted them. I've had so many people talk to me about it, and to say what a like inspiration it was, and all that is true. It's all is true. I think that's like what we wanted to say, and we did say it, and we said it well. But also,
Oh shit.
I just making the videos.
It's getting emotional?
I've done like a TV show this year, and I did Space, and it was great, and it was hard, and it was hard work, but also it wasn't like Renaissance.
I see the tear. Yeah, I kind of see the tear, I think. Yeah, he got
Anyway, I'm
emotional.
not here to get mopey. Not here to get mopey. I'm here to just like tell you I miss it, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, you can see the out like the little wet spot on his face.
I learned a lot.
I'm pretty sure he learned that from Edge of
Both during
Sleep.
and after it, I learned a lot. And I think it took a year of, reflecting to get to the point where I really appreciated every part of it. Yeah. Right, right.
It looks like he's pissing on the coffin. He's like the way he's positioned.
I'll never forget, and I'm gonna be coming back every year, so just don't think I'll ever have forgotten it.
We're too afraid to remember. That clock ticking sound has become more, iconic, and it's being used now in other commercials for products. Huh. There's that. There's Mark's video. Now, before we start with Ethan's, let's just quickly, analyze what's going on here. So obviously, you hear like a slowed down version of the iconic, music used in Unus Annus, the Turncoat song. It's slowed down, like the piano version of it, and stuff like that. And Mark is just visiting the grave as if, like, how a lot of people do whenever they visit, their loved ones, their graves and everything at cemeteries. And how, like, he's reminiscing about, like, how crazy it was, how people still talk about the moment when they, when how impactful Unus Annus has become, how inspirational, and how they, like, how much it changed them when, they deleted the channel, and all that stuff. Like, you could tell, like, he's reminiscing about stuff, and, he said, like, I don't think it wasn't the same like this year, like last year. Like this year wasn't like last year, like in terms of like what he was doing. He filmed a TV series and Space Markiplier, and he's been very busy this year, so that's just the one thing. So, but that was different. Like this is just him reminiscing and just looking at his at the Unus Annus casket, putting a white rose down and just reminiscing about the good old times. Like he's trying to talk, like he's talking to honest Mark, stuff like that. That was what I kind of got from it. But there was like that one angle where it's from behind Mark, and like the way he's positioned, the way he has his knee kind of like slightly bent, and the way he had his hands like this, it almost looked like he was like pissing on the coffin, like he was like in the corner pissing on the casket or whatever. It looked like that, but obviously that wasn't the case. He was just talking. And even at one point he got a little emotional. Now I'm pretty sure he kind of got, he learned how to cry on command, probably from Edge of Sleep or whatever. Or he probably just did that in general. Like, who knows? Because I know that Ethan knows how to cry on command, and he could easily do that. And probably, most likely, he's going to right there. But, overall, that was really well done. Again, the cinematography is just what I like. Like, I love, like, this, like, movie quality, cinematography, like, with these cameras that they used. So, I love it, 100%. So, now, let's go and check out Ethan's version. Now, most likely he's going to be talking about his, talking to Unus Ethan, and stuff like that. So let's just get right into this one. So without further ado, let's just get right into this one now, shall we? Probably the same format, but just Ethan. Bright lights, jeez. The fade in, like the cross dissolve. going in and out of focus. Oh, that was... I like that was a cool shot. Like the way that it focused from, you know, the branches in front of the camera to like the trees in the background. Ethan is, you know, said that this has really changed his life forever. He became more creative, you know, inspirational. He's got the Black Rose. He's got a different song choice. I think it was Mark who was filming this. Mark mentioned that they filmed their respective videos. I love those kinds of like, you know, transitions. Like, you know, you saw like the tree trunk. It swiped to the next shot. I love those types of like, you know, transitions. Like those are the best ones I like. And Ethan, the long hair. He's become Mark. He's literally become Mark with the long hair now. My gosh. What's with this epic score in the background? My goodness. Just to, you know, hype up all the fact that he's going to put a rose on a coffin. An Unus Annus coffin. He has a tattoo, literally, from Unus Annus. I think he did that live on the final stream. And you hear the clock again.
It's been a year now.
What's with the sweater he's wearing? Jeez.
We ended Unus Annus, which is weird because
Time flies so fast.
it doesn't feel like that long.
Yeah. Felt like yesterday.
But if I'm honest, it doesn't really feel like it even happened at all in a way, you know? It was just so different than anything that I had been a part of.
Yeah.
And looking back on that year, it's weird that we even did it at all, I think.
Yeah.
Because when people ask me about it, and when people ask how I did that, how we did that, I don't even really know how to answer. Because I've never been a part of something like that before. And I don't think I'll ever be a part of something like that again. I don't know how we did it.
Yeah.
Because looking back, it doesn't seem like we should have been able to.
Huh.
You know, make the videos that we made in the time that we made them. I don't know how we had time to do anything else. I mean, we didn't really have time to do anything else. But I think when I think about that year, the thing that I think about the most, I think, is just being together. Because over this past year, a lot has happened.
Yeah.
And I'm working on something that I've never done anything like this before.
A tour.
But the difference between what I'm doing and Unus Annus is that this time I'm alone.
Yeah.
And not getting to share that, it's affected me a lot more than I thought it would. And I'm proud of what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But not being able to share that is... I didn't think that that's something that I would miss as much as I do. And looking back at all we did. And like we said from the beginning, the videos themselves were videos, you know? Like, it was special because it was all going away. And it was special for the audience because they got to watch it in real time. They got to watch the beginning, the middle, all through the end.
Yep.
And they got to watch it die.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that they didn't get to experience was everything in between. You know, they saw the videos that we made, but they didn't see everything that we did. They didn't see the late nights of staying up editing. They didn't see us
I can't imagine
waiting
how.
up until midnight on the 15th to release the channel. They didn't get to see how it impacted all of us, and they didn't get to see a really special side of what we did. And I'm really glad, in a way, that they didn't get to see that. Because people can always try and pretend like they know what it was like to make Unus Annus, but I don't think that anybody will ever know what it was actually like.
The only people who know
really
is
special.
Ethan, Mark, and Amy.
And I don't think that anybody will ever be able to do that again. And I don't think that I'll ever be able to do that again. And part of that is horrifying, knowing that Unus Annus might just be the best thing that I've ever made and the best thing that I've ever been a part of. But I think with the end of the stream and the end of the channel and going through this whole year, I've realized that I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with it being the best thing that I've ever made. And I'm really proud that it's the best thing that I've ever made.
You should be. And I'm proud for
And
you.
I won't ever forget it.
I'm proud of you.
So, thank you for being the best thing that I've been a part of. And just know that even though you're never coming back, and even though you're only gonna live on in the memories and everything like that,
Only in
Just know
compilations and edits and fan art.
you're
Until
definitely
Superman
my
takes him
favorite
down.
thing that I've ever been a part of. And I wouldn't have wanted to do it with anybody else.
Aw.
So, I'll see you
And
next year. You're not going anywhere,
I'm guessing this is going to become a yearly thing now.
but I'm doing good. And I miss you. I'll see you next year.
What a shot. Oh my goodness. So, that was Ethan's version. Now, obviously, there's the cinematography is a little slightly different, and obviously, the other thing too about it was, the choice of music. And, it seemed like Ethan's was like, most of the half of the video was more of him, slowly walking to the casket to put the flower on top. That was like the first half, most of a good chunk of the video before the next part was like him just talking. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I just found that pretty weird. But because Mark was short, yeah, look at how long Ethan's version was. Like Ethan's was like 9 minutes, while Mark's was like 5 minutes, or not even. Yeah, it was like under 5 minutes. Like, jeez, my goodness. But yeah, another thing too is that Ethan didn't necessarily get emotional about it like how Mark did, and stuff like that. But obviously there's a huge difference with Ethan. Ethan's, in terms of him, he talked about like how it's been probably the best thing he's ever done. It changed his life. He doesn't think it will have like it can't be replicated, but he's been able to do stuff by himself and not be able to share with anybody else. And he's able to do big projects that he's always wanted to do, but alone without Mark or anybody else. And that would be his tour, his show. I have to do this show. I have to do this tour, whatever you want to call it. So to see him, see how far he's come since, like ever since I started watching his videos in 2016, late 2016, early 2017, ever since then, I've been, watching him grow as a creator, and watching him grow as, as a YouTuber and a human being, and seeing, like, and then when him and Mark did the Unus Annus channel, it was, like, huge. It was just so interesting to watch. Just see him, grow and finally hit 1 million, 2 million subscribers. It's just an amazing thing to see. And I'm proud of Ethan that he's made it this far. And I'm going to his show in New York. And I'm really excited to finally seeing, at least one of them in New York. Like a show of one of their shows. Because Mark couldn't do it for his You're Welcome tour, and Sean couldn't do it for his How Do We Get Here tour. So at least I get to see one of them. You know what I mean? But Unus Annus, in general, was probably one of the coolest things I was able to experience. And it's actually made a huge impact on my life in a way too, because I was able to meet my girlfriend through Unus Annus, through our love of Unus Annus. Like, it was a random Monday in October last year. It was like a month before this whole thing was going to end. And I see her shopping with her grandmother, wearing an Unus Annus hoodie. And I've never seen anybody else wear any Unus Annus merch besides myself. And it's almost like as it was meant to happen, or if it was just destiny. That day I was wearing this shirt. This exact shirt. I didn't plan this. I didn't expect her to show up. I didn't even know she was going to be there at all. But I was wearing that day, and, I complimented her hoodie, and she says it was nobody's ever done that before. And ever since then, you know what they say, the rest was history. We ended up talking more, and now we're together. So, and I'm going to see her once again next month, and I'm very excited to do so. So I really want to, and the fact that this is what got us together was just through a random channel like Unus Annus that was just meant, like all it was just what would you do if you had 1 year to live, and how do you use that, how do you do that, like what do you do if you have 1 year to live, just the whole thing, all the videos, the crazy videos they did, like from cooking with sex toys to doing therapy with helium, doing Halloween costume contests with a skeleton with a boner, like like Ethan did. Which is one of my favorite moments. This is Mark, as the guy from the Emperor's New Groove. He's like, "Ra-ta-ta!" And then he looks at Ethan. He's looking at Ethan. I just can't help but laugh. And then, the whole paintball fiasco, all that. It was probably the funniest stuff I've ever seen. And just sharing my love of Unus Annus with her, it's just amazing. And then we have a lot of inside jokes because of Unus Annus. We always make each other laugh whenever we go, "You ready?" Which is from the DIY chiropractor video. What would you say? Hurts. A lot of funny videos that they did, and it's just like, I don't think it will ever be like, I don't think it will ever be replicated, duplicated, whatever. I think it's like this once in a lifetime experience that you'll have and stuff like that. So I think this was probably the coolest thing that I've seen either Mark or Ethan do. And I would like to really thank, Mark and Ethan for creating a channel like this, because it was such a fun experience to see something pretty different from what they usually do. And, just, I guess in a sense, push the boundaries of YouTube, in a way, because of some of the stuff they were doing was pretty risque for YouTube. Like, it's probably some of the stuff that they would do would probably be something that you probably see on a porn site or Pornhub or some shit. You know what I mean? But just overall, it was such a fun experience, and to finally be able to finish all the videos on the final day. Like, I didn't get a chance to watch all of them initially, one by one. I had like a month and a half, like 2 months to finish all the videos. Why? I have no idea. It's just that thing in me with when it comes to reaction videos. I wait. I don't know why. I do not know why. I can't explain it. That's on me. But I was able to finish all the videos before it all came to an end. On the last day, like probably 6 hours before it was supposed to be deleted. And then I caught the stream and caught, the last moments of the stream and seeing them, go into the YouTube settings page and waiting to click the delete button and then them going, see you on the other side. It's just like, wow. And they literally stuck with their guns and stuck with their promise that they were going to delete the channel in a year, and that's what they did. And I felt that was a really ballsy move to really stick with that, and I really respect them for that, like just to keep their promise and stuff. And now Unus Annus lives on in our memories and our hearts through fan art, compilation videos on YouTube. Well, until some schmuck's company like Superbam comes in and blocks it completely because they don't understand the fact that Mark and Ethan said that the compilations were okay. Well, whatever, that's them. But just this fact that we can somewhat reminisce and like look back and like at the memories of those Unus Annus videos and stuff like that. But I couldn't help but download a few of the videos before Unus Annus was gone. Like, I had to keep a couple of videos. I'm not going to share them. I'm not going to re-upload them because I'm not going to be that dumb. That would be very disrespectful to them and their whole purpose of the channel. I wouldn't do that. But I would watch it for myself just to reminisce, because unfortunately not all compilations have all my favorite moments. So anyways, enough rambling. Unus Annus in general really had a huge impact on my life. I don't know where I would be without it. I don't think I would never ever met my girlfriend right now because of Unus Annus. Unus Annus really has a huge impact on my life, and I seriously want to thank them really in person and tell them how much that channel has meant to me, because I was able to meet my girlfriend through Unus Annus. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that has that same story, that they met their significant other through their love of Unus Annus. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. But overall, I loved both videos. The cinematography was phenomenal, and with Ethan's video, the transitions were just top notch. I liked that little crossfade, like the dissolve fade, like focus, like autofocus to like the background instead of like what's in front of you, front of the camera. I love that. Everything about it. I love the fact that they just went to the casket and just talk about what they've been doing the last year. Such an amazing thing. And now it looks like this might be like a yearly thing. So I don't know. They said see you next year, I guess. So who knows what they'll do next year. But this is the first time that they technically did a video together since Unus Annus, because ever since then they have been avoiding each other at all costs. Jokingly, of course. But it's just, they haven't been doing videos since together. They haven't been doing videos together since, and that's pretty interesting. But hopefully this is like the first signs of like them starting to do videos again, because again, you can't go wrong with the video with Mark and Ethan, because or Tyler. Like, poor Tyler, he was left out of Unus Annus entirely. But I miss them. I miss videos of them together. They were a lot of fun, and I hope they do videos again one day on their channels respectively. So anyways, enough rambling. I've rambled on long enough. So let me know what you thought of these videos in the comments down below, and let me know how much Unus Annus has impacted your life and how much you loved Unus Annus. What was your favorite Unus Annus video? I can't choose, but the only ones that come to the top of my head are helium therapy, and the very first video they ever did, which is the cooking with sex toys. DIY chiropractor, and other videos. Like, there's a lot of great videos that were too good to be deleted. But let me know what you thought in the comments down below. So if you like what you saw here, hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Be sure to ring that bell to be part of the notification squad. Be sure to check out my Instagram because I make cool hits Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, even myself. I also do enactments and cosplays on there, so go check it out. I even did a cosplay for Halloween last year when Unus Annus was going to end. I dressed up as Annus Mark. You can go check that out. So be sure to also check out my Tumblr and my Discord in the description as well. So until next time, JRDL96 signing out. I will see you guys in the next video. Memento Mori. Unus Annus.